Are you walking in your own purpose for God? Hello. Banger!
Everything that I do, I did it just for me.
Walking in God's purpose for your life. A lot of times we want to do what God tells us to do, right? We wake up and we walk around, whether it's just on the sidewalk, we walk around on this earth and we see the many beautiful things, such as birds, flowers. We see different things and we realize, though that there are bad things, a lot of bad things in the world, that the world is really a beautiful place that God created. But the one thing that we don't realize is everything has a purpose. The plants have a purpose, right? For oxygen, carbon dioxide, right? It helps us and it helps us to breathe, right? You got the wind, you got the weather. The weather helps regulate the temperature of the earth, right? It helps bring growth towards the earth. Whether it's natural disaster, even natural disasters have a purpose. People have a purpose. Everything has a purpose. But the question is, are you walking in your own purpose for God? The question is, do you know your purpose for what God is telling you to do on this earth? If you're new to my channel, welcome to the Brother and Sisterhood. I'm Drake. My channel is based around spiritual growth, self-improvement, and life overall. You're going to want to hit that subscribe button because you won't find another channel that speaks from the heart and from the truth. So make sure you hit the subscribe button. But let's get into it. So walking in God's purpose for your life. I'm going to go out of the book of Psalms. Psalms 57 verse 2. And it says, I cry out to God Most High, to God who fulfills his purpose to me, right? This is key in understanding God's purpose for your life. So a lot of times, people, they have visions and purposes for their life. They feel like they should be this and that, right? You got people who want to be content creators. You got people who want to be, who want to be a Riz guy, a Riz goat, right? Someone who wants to be someone that wants to be something in this world, whether that's a nurse, a doctor, a lawyer, you know what I'm saying? One of them. And they think, that's their purpose. That's the reason why they're on this earth. But once you delve into the word and you realize, look, that's not really what's, in store for you. And that's not what your purpose is. God has a special way of allowing you and telling you. I'm going to give you 3 ways, actually, that God may be trying to talk to you about your purpose, but you're not seeing it. Number 1, you're not reading the word. It's pretty simple, because when you read the word, if you've read the word before, you'll know that literally it tells you. And sometimes you could go to a random verse in the Bible. I bet you can go to a random verse right now, and it'll be something you learn. It may not even be about your purpose, but it'll be something you read that you may have needed, maybe a verse you've never read before. It's crazy how God works. And once you read it and you comprehend it and you start realizing and reading it over and over again, it becomes, second nature. You're like, oh yeah, man, the Bible says this, this is what I needed for my soul. And it feels good, not only does it feel good, but you realize, look, this is how I should handle this situation. This is how I should look at, my life or the situation now. This is how I should, look to God. Should I look to God now? Instead of looking to other people, look how my mindset has turned around now. I didn't know I needed that. But without reading and opening the word, you won't know what you need. Number 2, you're missing out. I'm sorry, y'all. You're not praying to God about it. A lot of times we don't know what our purpose is because we don't talk to God about it, right? Praying to God is, if you're new to this channel and you don't know what prayer is talking to God. It's a intimate relationship with God to where you get to talk to God, asking him, talking to him, not only asking him for something, because not everything is about asking, but it's more so, because a lot of times when you pray, you can give thanks as well. You can give thanks. But you can ask him for supplication. You can ask him for spiritual growth. You can ask him for strength. But you can also thank him for waking you up. Thanking him for life. Thanking him for whatever has happened to you. That has happened. You thank him for every door that was closed, and so now you got a new one that's opened by him. You can ask him for anything. And if you don't go to God and ask, like the word says, asking him in confidence, right? It says in the scriptures, asking him in confidence, praying to God in confidence with a intent. When you do that, God will hear your prayers more. Not only will he hear your prayers more, but he will take your prayer more serious. But he already knows what's on your heart, right? But talking to him about it is way better than him just, looking into your mind. And number 3, you don't look for the signs. You don't look for the signs. God, you may be trying to work this job and God keeps denying you. Like he denied me multiple times. He kept denying you from a job that he didn't see you doing. He kept denying you from multiple jobs. And then once you started doing content creation, you started doing YouTube, and then boom, like YouTube is your job now. Like other things are your job now. You make money from other things, from doing things you enjoy. That's what makes it special. Everybody has their own different purpose, their own different journey. I never forget how many times I've tried to get a job, right? And I'm still looking, right? But it's still difficult. But doing YouTube definitely helps me. I remember when I was at 300 subscribers back in November, y'all, beginning of November, and I was still looking for a job. I was trying to work at Kroger. I was trying to work at Walmart. Man, I was getting denied from Kroger, but I have a skill in sales. I have skills, bro. And I was still getting denied. But you know what's crazy? There were people who had nowhere near the resume I had that were getting a job, had nowhere near the professionalism I had that were getting a job before me. But see, I had to realize like God has a plan. God has a purpose for everything. And I had to realize that. And it was so funny to me when I went up there, went up to one of the places for the job, and they told me like, you didn't get the job, or we didn't email you back. And I was like, oh, really? Like, that's kind of funny. Like, so this guy, he's more certified for the job than me. But I was way more professional. I knew how to do the job, even though I was new. Like, it's a wild world, but it's a crazy thing when you realize what your purpose is. And I feel like one of my purposes is making these type of videos for you all. So that's what I learned. And you all should take the story I just told y'all, bro. Take it, relish it, think about it. Like, look, apply it to your lives, because it has definitely changed my mindset. I got Proverbs chapter 16, verse 4. The Lord has made everything for his purpose, even the wicked for the day of trouble. Even Satan, even the devil. The devil has a purpose. God, obviously the devil was with God, right, at first, right? He was an angel with God. But then again, you know what happened. So even the devil has a purpose. The devil's trying to wreak havoc. The devil's trying to destroy, right? Sometimes even God uses the devil. Believe it or not, God uses the devil to actually, to test you. But God, a lot of times God doesn't use the devil. God wants to test you, period. But at the same time, everything has a purpose. Back to that, everything has a purpose. God has a purpose for you. I'm gonna read Acts 13:36. Now, when David, has served God's purpose in his own generation, he fell asleep. He was buried with his ancestors and his body decayed. Now, listen to this. This is some background. David was chosen as a young man. He was groomed almost from childhood for leadership. That was his purpose, leadership from God. God had ordained him for that calling. David had fulfilled his purpose under God, from leading sheep to leading an entire nation. Remember, David started out as a shepherd boy, right? You know what I'm saying? Northern Israel. I got one more verse for y'all. In Samuel chapter 2, or my bad, 2 Samuel chapter 7, it said, David expressed his desire to build a temple for God, right? God didn't want that for him. He didn't see that as a purpose for him. He wanted to establish a dynasty, a nation, right? A nation under God, a house of rulers to sit on the throne of Israel for generations to come. That's special right there. God told David, look, bro, I don't want, I don't want whatever you think is for you, that's not for you. Whatever I got planned for you, is what I got planned for you. Don't overthink it, David, I know I want you to be a leader over nations, bro. Over nations. That's special right there. If you don't know what your purpose is, I think you need to reflect. I think you need to open your word. You need to pray to God, ask God for your purpose. And not only ask God for your purpose, but look at the signs. Look around you. Look around you. If you have a talent, use your talent, because not everybody has that talent. You're different from everybody. Everybody has a different talent, a different gift, a different skill set, a different life. Once you figure out what is your purpose in your life and whatever God has for maybe God's purpose for you is to be a fitness influencer, but he wants you to spread his word through fitness. You never know. Maybe he wants you to be let's see, a cook, right? A cook makes food and puts Bible verses on the screen. I don't know. You don't know what your purpose is until you explore it, until you ask God, what is my purpose? But the main question of this is, what is your purpose? I'm going to leave you with that today. But if you're new to the channel, welcome to the brother and sisterhood. I'm Draco. People call me Drake because Drake's actually my name, but Draco. Make sure you subscribe, like, comment down below. Join my Discord, link in the description. All my social medias are on the link tree in the description. Also, comment down below, what do you believe your purpose is, right? What do you feel like you still need to do to find that purpose? Maybe an issue you're having as far as finding your purpose, because everybody's trying to find their purpose on this earth, and it could get difficult. But through God, nothing is impossible. But I hope you enjoyed this video, and as always, God bless.